Okay, so the last video for exercise 9.1, class 10 maths. Okay, so this will include these portions. Let us start with question A1, exercise 9.1. Okay, it's on page 213 textbook. Let me read. A ladder 15 meter long just reaches the top of a vertical wall. If the ladder makes an angle 60 degree with the wall, okay, find the height of the wall. Okay, this is a multiple choice question. So a ladder, this is the wall, let us say AB, and it exactly ladder is placed and in such a manner that question is saying when the ladder is placed exactly to the top of the wall, it makes an angle of 60 degrees. So we would suppose that this is the ladder making an angle of 60 degree, 90 degree here. So question is saying height of the wall, therefore how much will that be, which means AB. So in the figure that we have drawn, let's do slowly by thinking. Here we have here AB is question mark, is the height of the wall. Okay, one thing is mentioned to us, ladder is 15 meter long. So this is 15 meter long ladder, SE. Height of the wall, exact height. And SC is 15 meter. This is nothing but this is the length of the ladder that exactly places to the top of the wall and makes 60 degree with the ground. Then angle ACB is 60 degree. According to question, the angle met by ladder, okay, with the, let's see carefully, with the wall. Oh yes, that means this is slight mistake here. The ladder is making the angle with the wall. Wall is not this one, this is the wall, so be careful. So the angle should be, you can change it, CAB, angle met by the ladder with the wall, not with the ground, okay, in this case. So now we know one side and one angle 60 degree. Easily you can find AB by taking the right triangle. So in right triangle, ABC, just do slowly by thinking a lot. Okay, thinking a lot helps you to do properly. So here, AB is the height of the wall by the non-side AC compared to 60 degree, that is adjacent by, adjacent by hypotenuse, that is cos. And the angle is 60 degree. This is the adjacent side to 60 now. If it was here, it would be opposite, but it is 60 degrees here. Adjacent by hypotenuse. So adjacent by hypotenuse is cos. So next here, AB by SC is 15 meter, length of the ladder is given here. And cos 60 degree we know is half. So as we continue doing this, you're going to get AB, don't shift because we want to find that. Keep it on the numerator. Denominator 15 shift means to the right side, means it will go up to the numerator and multiply 1. So 15 ones are 15 by 2 meter. That is half of 15 means 7.5 meter. I don't know how the question is giving. Oh, the question is giving and stopping here. So the answer multiple choice this is, that matches this one is number 3. So this is 15 divided by 2 meter. That's your answer. Okay, and then let's go to A2. Let me read the question. The top of two poles of height 16 meter and 10 meter are connected by a wire. If the wire makes an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal, okay, then the length of the wire must be how much? So length of the wire we have to calculate 16 and 10. There is a 16 meter tall pole, and on the other side there is a 10 meter tall pole. That means one is shorter, the other is taller, and the wire is attaching the top of both. We have to find the length of this wire connecting the top of both the poles. Here the wire is supposed to be straight, okay, tight and straight. So if the wire makes 30 degree with horizontal, means at the point where it's tied to the lower pole, Draw a horizontal line, and that is the angle they're saying is 30 degrees. Join the baseline. This will be 90. Question is saying what is the length of the pole. So if we were to start labeling A, B, C, D, and E, let us say, then you have to find this one, SAE, length of the wire. Okay, so here let us write down in the figure. Maybe first the one the question is asking us, AE or EA, whatever, question mark, the length of the wire that we need to find out. Then AB equal to 10. Okay, let's start with the one and the way the question is given. Mentioned 16 first, so EC is 16 meter. And the next one, AB, 10 meter, RD. According to the question, heights, RD, heights of the two poles respectively, let us say. That means the word respectively here means EC, the first mentioned, is the height of the first pole, and AB second respectively. Okay, then here angle EAD equal to 30 degrees, angle met by the wire with the horizontal, by the wire with the horizontal. That means the horizontal line passing through the tight portion of the lower height pole, the shorter pole. This is the horizontal line, the line parallel to the ground below. So with this information, we have to find EA. So let us start like this here. Here, see, this is known. So let us just write here AB equal to DC. Reason for this is we know opposite sides of a rectangle are always equal to each other. We notice that this ABCD is a rectangle, so AB and DC are the opposite sides. So if that is the case, then we can write both AB equal to DC. Both of them will be equal to here 10 meter, because AB is already 10 meter. Keep this one as 1. Now what is the advantage? If DC is also 10, like we've seen here now we can transfer that to ED value. ED is full line EC, taller pole, minus DC. That way we can put 10 here. See here, we can find ED very easily, EC minus DC. So EC is already there here, 16. And DC just now we got. Why we're doing it, we'll just soon come to know, since you can write here, we know height of the taller pole, EC, given in the question is 16 meter. And using equation number 1. That's your reason. 1 means this DC value, and 16 is equal to 16 for this replacement. So 16 minus 10 is simply 6. So let us just put this one as 2. Now if you get this ED, what is the advantage? Now we can use triangle AED. See here, AED or ADE, whatever you like. What is the advantage? That way, AED means we can involve the length of the wire which we are trying to find out. So now we know one side ED already here, see, of this triangle AED. If you know one side, one angle, in the first video we'll learn that. In this chapter, if we know one side and one angle, we can easily find the two unknown sides. We don't need to find AD, but the unknown EA or AE, so we write that one, which is the side of this triangle. But the known side now is ED, just now you got here. So AE by ED is what? Compared to 30 degree, hypotenuse by opposite. So hypotenuse by opposite is the reciprocal of sine, so it is cosec angle is 30. So here we write AE by ED. That's the reason why we were finding ED, because we could foresee that we're going to need here to find out AE. So here we write 6 meter, and then sine 30 is half, so reciprocal means 2 by 1 or 2. So that will give you AE, don't move that, and write here the reason, since using equation number 2, where we get the value for ED. See, ED replaced by 6 meter. Then this 6 will shift from denominator when it go to the other side, right side, multiply 2, so 12 meter. So the answer choice that match this one in the multiple choice, this is your answer. But before that, you can just write here in the sentence form the length of the wire. The question is asking us AE is nothing but 12 meter, and the answer choice in the multiple choice in the question is matching this one is number 2, where it is mentioned 12 meter. So that is done. A2 is also done. So let us go to A3. Okay, let me read the question. The length of a string between the kite and a point on the ground is 93.5 meter. If the string makes an angle of theta with a level ground such that tan theta is 15/8, the height of the kite must be which one? We have to find the height of the kite. So the kite is making an angle of theta. Okay, let us just suppose this with the ground level. Theta. This is the string tying the kite A, let us say. It is above the ground to a height of AB. Okay, so the height of the kite, that is what the question is asking us to find, AB. Now this is 93.5 meter long, the string. Question is given us that one. Between the ground point and the kite is 93.5. This is the point on the ground. With this information, and then tan theta is equal to 15/8, we have to find the height of this kite. So here, in the figure, or in this figure that we have drawn, we have to find AB, question mark, is the height of the kite that we need to find out according to the question. Find the height of the kite, the height of the kite. Okay. Next, AC, the given value is 93.5 meter. Is the length of the string, the length of the string that we're using to tie it to the ground, to the kite. Okay, then theta equal to angle met, okay, met by the string, okay, according to the language of this, with the level ground, string with the level ground. With the level ground simply means the horizontal ground level, such that the question is given this condition. The tan theta value, this tan theta is equal to 15/8. This is given to us, 15/8. So here we can start. Okay, so if this is given to us, then since here we're given with tan theta is equal to 15/8, that's clearly given to us. So we now know that tan theta is opposite by adjacent, so AB opposite by adjacent BC, 15/8. So if this is so, then we can assume AB to be 15x and BC, the denominator corresponding to 8, to be 8x. Or you can write here using Pythagoras theorem. We are aware of this theorem. And Pythagoras theorem says the square on the hypotenuse of a right triangle. Square on the hypotenuse means the two angles of the 90 degree here are AB and BC. The one which is not the side of the 90 degree is called hypotenuse. So square on the hypotenuse means AC square is always equal to sum. Sum means plus of the other two squares, means the remaining two sides, AB square and BC square. This is Pythagoras theorem. So that is, we can write here SC already here, 93.5 into 93.5 meter square, meter into meter, because it is square. So 2 times I've written, is equal to here AB, here 15, okay, 15 Okay, just write here 15x whole square then plus 8x whole square. That will make it easier for you, I think. So that implies 93.5 into 93.5, if you like to write like that. 15 into 15 is 225 x squared. 8 8 is 64, and x, this square belongs to both x and 8, so square. So that gives you 225 plus 64 is nothing but 289 x squared. So this is 93.5 into 93.5 meters square. So here, if you write x square alone and shift this one this side, 93.5 into 93.5 meters square divided by this factor will come down 289. So 289 x square. Now if you notice here, 17 into 17, 49, 7 1 is 7, 11. So when you multiply these two, you will get here 289, which is exactly matching this. So sorry, x square will not come down, x square is there. So here 289 will come down. This factor will into then come down. So this is 17 into 17, so we can write here 93.5 into 93.5, okay? Or we can just continue 93.5 into 93.5 meters square divided by, okay? Just now you got 17 into 17 as 289, so you can just write this 17 into 17 equal to x square. And if you like to continue, then you can just continue here. That will be here. If you were to suppose that x, you put this side now, is equal to square root, means root will come over this. So 93.5 into 93.5. Let the root cover everything, meter square by 17 into 17 double. So double will come out of the square root as single, 93.5. 17 also will come out as single, double. Meter square double will come out as meter. So 17 ones are 17. 17 fives are 85. So let us count. 17 fives are 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93. Again 8. 85. So exactly going here, 17 into 0.5. So 5.5 meters is the value of x. Sorry. So if you got x, then you can easily find this 2 here now. So let us do that. Therefore, AB value, which is equal to 15x, as we got assumption here. 15 into x is 5.5 meter. So let us multiply this, and 15 into 5.5 multiplied will be 5 5s are 25, 2 in hand, 5, 7, 5, 12, 8. 1 decimal place, so it will be 82.5 meter. Therefore, height of the, what is this? Height of the kite. Height of the kite, which is, we have taken in the beginning, AB is 82.5 meter. This is our answer. That's what all the question is asking. Therefore, the right answer, that choice that matches that, you can look and you can see there, it is choice number 1, 82.5 meter. Okay, so that's how we go about doing it. Let's go to A4. Okay, so you can do that slowly. Okay, next is A4. A1, 2, 3 done, 4 now. Let me read the question for us. A4. If a pole 10 meter high casts a shadow 10 meter on the ground, then the sun's elevation is. So the thing is quite simple. There's a pole. Let's say AB. Sun is shining somewhere here. This is the sun. So it cannot pass through the pole because it's a solid object, but through the top, the sun ray, one sun ray will brush through it and come and strike the ground at C, let us say. That means the shadow will be here on the ground, BC. So here, it's not question mark, the length of the shadow is 10 meter. The height of the pole is also 10 meter. So the two are equal. Pole is 90 degrees to the ground, we know that. So they are saying elevation of the sun means the ray that the sun ray that brushes to the from the top through the top of the pole touches the ground, how much angle does that ray make with the ground is called the altitude or elevation of the sun. So that is called the sun's elevation or sun's altitude. Here they are using elevation. So let's just write down in the figure. Let's just first write down the first one. Theta with question mark is the sun's elevation that we need to find out. AB equal to 10 meter, height of the pole. Then BC is also 10 meter. I think this is length of the shadow of the pole, that means. So now we can write here in right triangle ABC. Now comparing to theta, don't take the unknown side, take the two known side 10, 10, AB and BC. So just write here, compared to this, AB is opposite and this is adjacent. So opposite by adjacent you can do maybe, so that is 10 theta is AB by BC. So we are making sure that we are involving only those two sides whose values are known to calculate the angle. Okay, so we must keep that in mind. So here that implies 10 theta will be equal to 10 meter by 10 meters. So these two cancel, only one left. So 10 theta we just write as this, and there is a 1. Now go to the table of the trigonometric values or angles. Find out which angle value has got 10, what angle? 1030 or 1045 or whatever is equal to 1. And we find out that the only value that matches this one is, it should be 10. Comparing to this, 10 means here also 10. 10, how much is 1? 1045 degrees 1. So we write here, therefore, now cover the 10 and the 10 are same both sides. So what is left, you write theta equal to 45 degree. But here I want to point one thing here. Some people do like this and teachers are not so strict with it also. But then actually it's wrong. You cannot cancel like this. Okay. Why? Because these two 10 is not multiplied to theta. 10 and theta are one thing only. They are not factors. They are not multiplied. If this multiply, we can cancel, but it's not multiplied. Here also likewise, it is not multiplied to 45 degrees. That's why we can't cancel. Okay. So this is something that we need to remember. So without cancelling, just cover the 10 with your hand or with your imagination and write the remaining. Both side 10 means we can just take the angle out. Therefore, sun's elevation, which is taken to be theta, is 45 degree. So the multiple choice answer that match this one is 3 on your text, which is 45 degree. Okay. One more question before this video ends. Okay. So next, A5. So let's write that down. A5. Final question before this exercise, this chapter 9 concludes. Let me read. If the ratio of the height of the tar and the length of this shadow on the ground is root 3 is to 1, means root 3 divided by 1. Is to 1 means divided by 1. Then the elevation, angle of elevation is, so there's a tower, and then the ratio of the shadow on the ground, its shadow, tower and shadow is root 3 and 1. So shadow is shorter, that means root 3 is bigger number now. So here sun is here, that means ray comes and strikes the ground. This is the elevation of the sun or altitude of the sun. So this one we have to find out. So let us say the tower is ABC. So with this here in the figure, theta is question mark still now, is the elevation of the sun. Angle of is the, and then angle of elevation. So they are simply mentioning angle of elevation. That means the elevation of the sun. That means the angle met by the sun ray with the ground. Okay, and then AB is equal to height of the tar. Height of the tar. and BC equal to length of its shadow, that means the shadow of the tar. Now as per question, go directly there, as per question there, let me read. Height of the tar and length of shadow. Height of the tar and length of shadow means is equal to, is means equal to root 3 is to 1. Like this, the question is saying tower and its shadow root 3 is to 1. In other words, AB by BC is equal to root 3 divided by 1. Okay, now that implies on the diagram AB is opposite and this is adjacent. So opposite by adjacent simply means 10 and the angle is theta. Root 3 by 1 means root 3. So just continue. As we continue here, let us go there and see. Here, just write 10 theta. We cannot do anything with that, so just write 10 theta. And then root 3. Think about 10 means you also write just 10. And think about 10, which degree? 10, how much is root 3? Go to the table, put your memory. Yes, 10, 60 degrees root 3. So write there 60. So 10, 10 means just cover that and write the theta in the 60 degree. Therefore, angle of elevation, according to the language of the text, angle of elevation equal to theta equal to 60 degree of answer. So the answer choice that match that one is found in choice number 4. So choice number 4 will be the right answer, 60 degree. Just concludes all the questions. Okay, video, no test for this. From video 1 to 9, if you follow serially, you will realize that every numerical inside exercise 9.1 as well as the examples under it are given. Okay, everything is completely covered. So do it sincerely, you will find out it's quite manageable. Okay.